In today's news, Cabinet approves new procurement threshold for government contracts. January 2nd to April 30th registration period for 2025-2026 school admissions. Summit to take center stage at Peter Island Resort from January 16th to the 17th. An exciting opportunity for youth and new categories of awards. BVI netball team earns first ever global ranking. Minister to replace ROWLEY following parliamentary caucus support. A new flu has been tracking for the H5N1 cases across the region, and Harris presides over peaceful ceremony on January 6th anniversary. We have the details of this and so much more when 284 News returns.
Angie, how can I get my claims paid quick? Rent's due next week.
CG processes 99% of claims within 5 days. Remember when I was hang gliding with those goats? I caught a gust of wind and flew right into a moving car. Every appendage was in the cast, and they paid fast and fairly. That's what I get for trusting a man with a mustache and an eye patch. Now I gotta go. I'm meeting the guy who bedazzled my toes.
99% of claims are processed within 5 days. CG Insurance. Good like that.
Attention Anegada residents! Attention Anegada residents! CCT is coming to you! That's right! CCT will be visiting Anegada every third Wednesday of the month. Need to pay your bill? Sign up for a new service? Or have a customer service concern? CCT has got you covered. No need to leave the island. CCT is here to make staying connected easier than ever. Mark your calendars for every third Wednesday starting October 16th and visit us for all your CCT service needs. For more information, call us at 444-4444 or follow us on any of our social media pages. See you soon, Anegada!
Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of 284 News. It is Tuesday, January 7th, 2025. I'm Ron Grant, bringing you the very latest out of Tortola in the Virgin Islands. A happy Tuesday's wish to each and every one of you. Thank you all so much for joining us. Beginning our newscast on the local scene, the Cabinet of the Virgin Islands has approved an increase in the procurement threshold for government contracts, a move aimed at expediting smaller projects and streamlining the procurement process. Under the updated policy, the threshold for contracts requiring a public tender process has risen from $100,000 to $250,000. Minister for Communications and Works, the Honorable Kai M. Reimer, announced the changes during a recent sitting of the House of Assembly session, highlighting the benefits of this adjustment.
Where a major contract was over $100,000, this government thought it necessary to change it to where a major contract is now $250,000. So, Madam Speaker, when we have our projects to get done, we have the ability to do these within this structure that we were able to address within this government's remit.
In addition to the increased public tender threshold, the Cabinet has raised the limit for restrictive tenders from $10,000 to $25,000. Restrictive tenders are typically used for specialized services or projects involving a smaller pool of qualified bidders.
Just last week in Cabinet, we were able to change the threshold for the procurement. So within any job that is used to be where you do a restricted tender under $10,000, it's now moved to $25,000. Madam Speaker, you hearing what I'm saying? Because these are things that we complain about. Cabinet was able to agree to change the restricted tender from $10,000 to now $25,000.
Reimer emphasized that the new thresholds are designed to address delays often associated with the lengthy tendering process. By allowing more contracts to bypass the public tender process, the government hopes to expedite the completion of critical projects throughout the territory.
Now we would be able to reap the benefits of the seed that we've been planting. And with the changing of a major contract to $250,000, we would be able to get more done within this territory. Madam Speaker, tenders, as I mentioned, we are working on getting a tender for a leaking reservoir. or leaking reservoirs, Madam Speaker. That should be out quite shortly so we could address those.
Now, the update in procurement thresholds are expedited and expected to facilitate faster delivery of goods, services, and construction works while maintaining oversight and accountability. It is also anticipated that the changes will support local businesses by simplifying access to government contracts. The Cabinet's decision represents a significant step toward modernizing the Virgin Islands procurement framework and addressing bottlenecks that have hampered progress within the past. The Ministry of Education, Youth Affairs, and Sports of the Virgin Islands has officially commenced the new student registrations for the 2025-2026 academic year. The registration period began January 2nd, 2025 and will continue up to April 30th of 2025. Parents and guardians seeking to enroll students in public or private schools across the Virgin Islands are, as such, encouraged to submit their application forms within this time frame to ensure placement. Now, additionally, the public is advised to use the online school admissions portal at bvi.gov.smapply.oi. For those unable to access the portal, application forms are physically available for collection at early childhood centers, as well as the Ministry of Education, Youth Affairs, and Sports located on the second floor of the Creaky building, or can be downloaded from the official government website at bvi.gov.vg. Education Minister, the Honorable Cherie B. De Castro, has been seeking to revamp the education delivery in the Virgin Islands with the focus on STEAM. In a recent address, Minister De Castro spoke about the progress made thus far and what the public can expect in 2025.
Thank you for having me. It's an absolute pleasure to converse on just really how exciting 2024 has been. And as we project forward into 2025, the reality is the Ministry of Education is continuing to move full steam ahead. We've taken that up as our mantra for the last 2 years, and we continue to execute because it's a long-term plan that really speaks to the reality of what we mean when we say we're reimagining education. We're changing the way or classroom looks and feels, really engaging and making it student-centered, all about the children, their needs, the way they learn, the tools that they need to create, to innovate, to think critically, to solve problems. And so I'm just really excited about continuing the initiative and expanding the programs. The robotic programs have been expanded on the secondary level, and of course next year we look forward to consideration on the primary level. What that looks like and feels like will certainly be something that I am certain the students will embrace. They've been very excited about it, and I could only see us continuing to increase the mandate as we move forward.
Minister De Castro also highlighted the need for innovation within the education system in order to impact the Virgin Islands positively through education.
The need is there. Our students have been questioning the relevance of education. You know, how does what I do in the classroom every single day impact me in the future in terms of my career, the life that I want to live? And it really speaks to the reality of us realizing that the world we live in enables us to create, to innovate, but we have to teach the skills. The students must learn how to think critically, how to solve problems, how to create, to innovate, to collaborate, to communicate. Those are the 6 skills that we have put a serious mandate on, because you can take that into any career, into any workplace, and you can stand out because of it. And so when you see the robotics and the coding, it's happening across the world.
Right.
The chess, I mean, we've seen our students, you know, most times we think about education in the context of just going away to college and potentially going into a very traditional job. And we've seen students travel the world for sports, as an example, when they go to all these different competitions. But now we see in a very educational context, we have students traveling to Singapore and to Greece for robotics, and we have students traveling to Budapest for chess. And it really speaks to the reality. Some places in the world, chess is a subject in school, a mandatory subject. And so through our STEAM innovations course, we've integrated both chess and robotics into our secondary schools. We have chess clubs in all our schools, both primary and secondary. And you just have to understand the type of student that you're developing, the confidence, the strategist. Those sort of students will impact the Virgin Islands in ways we can never imagine.
Additionally, she spoke on the partnership in supporting private educational institutions across the Virgin Islands.
So, I mean, categorically, we focused on all. I mean, of course, we're restricted in some ways, especially financially.
Yes.
But when we consider some of the professional development that we do, we allow the private schools to be fully engrossed in all our activities, whether it's our co-curricular activities, if we have access to opportunities in the same robotics and chess, even the opportunity to have competed on the team to go to Greece this year. We opened it up to everybody,
Okay,
public,
very
private
good.
schools,
Yes.
whoever wants to attend, because there's a reality that the public school system cannot fully service all the needs of the children, the number of children we have in the territory. And the ministry's job is to make sure that the quality of education is consistent across the board. We do so by focusing on various things like infrastructure, professional development, and resources. And once possible, we make sure we extend the opportunity to the private schools as much as practicable once they are willing, because, as I said, it's an ecosystem. And as a government, we have a responsibility to create that access and that support.
Up next, viewers, we have much more on the local scene. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Just give me my service. Yeah.
Just give me my service. Just give me my service.
Make the switch to CCT and get connected today. Unlimited talk, text, and data. Visit any CCT store or call us at 444-4444. CCT, Life Unlimited.
Yo, everything good there?
Aye. This thing got me one way, daddy.
What you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What you really? Hey, this ain't like you know.
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out that trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I watching ball. I been watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.
At Higher BVI, we're not just about business. We're about empowering lives, and that is because we aspire to inspire. By choosing us, you're supporting a company that believes in equal opportunities, diversity, and community growth. Our mission goes beyond profit. It's about providing HR solutions, fostering talent, and leaving a positive impact. Join us in building a better future, a better BVI. Choose Higher BVI, where your support isn't just a transaction, it's a transformation. Together, we're changing lives in these beautiful Virgin Islands.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you all so much for sticking with us. The Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Sustainable Development, in partnership with the British Virgin Islands Tourist Board and the British Virgin Islands Yachting, Hotel and Tourism Association, is set to host the much-anticipated Virgin Islands Tourism Summit 2025. The event will take place on the 16th to 17th of January 2025 at the Peter Island Resort, bringing together key industry stakeholders to discuss, share, and collaborate on shaping the future of tourism in the Virgin Islands. According to Ms. Sasha Flax, Assistant Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Sustainable Development, the summit aims to foster meaningful dialogue that will inform the development of national tourism policies. She said, and I quote, "The ministry and its partners are working tirelessly to make this event a success. As a territory which relies on tourism, we understand the need to reinvent, hence the Tourism Summit. This is your chance to engage with key stakeholders, share your insight, and collaborate on shaping the future of tourism within the Virgin Islands," Ms. Flax said. Participants will also have the opportunity to engage in dynamic panel discussions and breakout sessions addressing critical topics such as the government's role in tourism and visitor management, as well as tourist experiences. The summit will also feature presentations from local as well as regional tourism experts, offering valuable insights into global trends and best practices. Clive McCoy, director of the BVI Tourist Board, expressed strong support for the summit, highlighting its importance for all stakeholders in the tourism and hospitality industry, stating, and I quote, "I encourage all stakeholders to register for the summit. You all have ideas and great contributions to make, and together we can achieve a more vibrant and renowned tourism product that we can all feel proud of." Mrs. Sharon Flax-Brutus, interim director of the British Virgin Islands Yachting, Hotel, and Tourism Association, also emphasized the critical nature of such an event, stating, and I quote, "The Virgin Islands Tourism Summit 2025 is a vital opportunity for all stakeholders from the public and private sectors to come together, share insights, and shape the future of this industry. Collaboration between the government and the BVI Tourist Board, as well as the BVI Yachting Hotel Association, is key to ensuring that the British Virgin Islands remains a premier destination." Interested parties and stakeholders are encouraged to register for the summit by Wednesday, 8th January via online by calling 284-468-2161 for more information. The Virgin Islands Icon Awards has officially opened applications for its highly anticipated Virgin Islands Training Academy, offering life-changing opportunities for young individuals across the Virgin Islands. This year, the Academy is seeking 50 motivated and energetic participants ranging from 10th grade students to college-level individuals to join its next cohort and gain invaluable experience in event production, public relations, marketing, and much more. Participants in the Training Academy will also have the chance to win a full scholarship to study abroad, receive a $2,500 cash prize, and earn the prestigious title of Volunteer of the Year. Applications are now open with a deadline set for January 19th, 2025. This year's Academy promises a diverse curriculum, including training in stage production, video editing, hospitality, and writing for television, among other skills. Not only will participants gain practical experience, but they will also build their resumes and earn community service hours. In an exciting update, the Virgin Islands Icon Awards has announced the 2025 categories, with 5 new additions aimed at recognizing even more local talent and hard work. The refreshed lineup includes the following notable additions: Customer Service Star Excellence from the Family Islands, Performing Arts Choreography and Dance, the Industrials Award, and Visual Arts Photography. These new categories aim to celebrate a wider spectrum of excellence, from creative arts to unsung heroes in customer service and industrial fields. In total, 22 categories will once again be presented this year, culminating with the highly anticipated Lifetime Achievement Award and Wellness Center Emerging Youth Talent Award, which will be announced in May of 2025. The nomination period is now open and will close on March 15, 2025. The British Virgin Islands netball team has made history by earning a global ranking for the first time. According to the latest World Netball Rankings, the team is now ranked 45th out of 52 teams, with a total of 83 points after competing in 10 international games. Head coach Mandy Attack, speaking to Tweet4 Media after the announcement, celebrated the milestone and praised the team's hard work, dedication, and strategic gameplay that led to this achievement.
It's been a thoroughly deserved achievement by these ladies who have worked so hard on fitness and drills to get this far. And bearing in mind, all within less than 2 years, they should all be really, really proud of themselves. To get this recognition from World Netball is just amazing. To actually be recognised, and therefore other countries, they'll start to take us seriously on tournaments. They want us to go to them. They also want to come visit the BVIs, which is amazing, and therefore we can open people's eyes to the British Virgin Islands. And obviously we can't have been able to do any of this without all of our backing from sponsors, family and friends, which have really, really helped and pushed us get to as far as where we are now.
With the foundation set, Coach Attack emphasized that the team is aiming higher for the future. The year of 2025 promises to bring more challenges as well as changes to the team's training and competing against tougher opponents, with hopes of climbing further up the ranks.
There will be a lot more work ahead of us, definitely, more challenges, more tournaments, and more experienced countries to play against. This ladder in which we've now joined is huge. We have got to play more teams that are above us to help us get more points, and that will help us go higher and higher up the ladder to where it goes. So in 2025, that's where all the hard work starts again and then gets even harder. But it hopefully would be for a positive and therefore get these girls seen out on the world of netball. We plan to get the girls back out onto the schools to try and encourage the youth of today to actually be the ground roots for the next generation coming. And therefore we can encourage the younger generation to take the place of these ladies now in the next 5-10 years.
In order to strengthen the team, Coach Attack announced upcoming trials for residents interested in joining the squad. The trials aim to discover the nurture of the talent, local talent that is, ensuring a deeper pool of players for the team's future endeavors.
I'll be opening up trials as well for these people that didn't realise that netball was on the island, and hopefully they would like to come along and join in with the fun and exercise and skills of netball so that we can all move on in the game of netball in the BVI and overseas internationally.
The BVI's netball team's global ranking marks a significant milestone in the territory's sporting history, reflecting their hard work as well as dedication and determination. As the team prepares for new challenges in 2025, they aim not only to climb the rankings, but to also inspire a new generation of netball players within the Virgin Islands. Residents, you are also encouraged to support the team as they continue to make strides on the international stage. Up next, we have much more on the local as well as regional and international scene.
Hello and welcome to today's episode of Pop the Balloon or Find the Connection. Let's meet our first contender, ladies. Okay, Joey, so do you have any toxic traits?
I'm very restrictive. I don't give more time. What you get is what you get. I don't like to give unlimited time. That's it.
Okay, can you tell us why you popped your balloon?
That's a little too restricted for me.
Thank you for coming. Okay, ladies, so let's meet our second contender.
Sorry, excuse me. Why did you pop a balloon? I could give you minutes, data, unlimited call, overseas call, fiber. What else you need?
My friend used to date you. You are scam. She used to be for everything and more. Nothing to offer.
Okay, ladies, let's welcome our last contender. You look nice. Can you tell us your name?
Thank you. My name is Christian Charles Thomas. They call me C Sweetie.
What do you have to offer these ladies?
Well, security, trust, unlimited time, and a pretty fast.
Okay, so do you have any deal breakers?
Nah, but here's my number. 444-4444. Y tú, vida ilimitada.
Okay, guys, so no pop balloons.
For a fast, reliable, and secure connection for your personal or business life, call us at 444-4444 or visit any of our CCT stores and we'll get you connected with the perfect match for you.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you all so much for sticking with us. On the regional scene, Prime Minister Dr. Keith ROWLEY recently announced on Saturday that Energy Minister Stuart Young will succeed him as Trinidad and Tobago's next head of government following a 2-day parliamentary retreat in Tobago. Young, who also serves as the Minister for the Office of the Prime Minister, received majority support from the People's National Movement Parliamentary Caucus, ROWLEY revealed during a news conference at the Grand Resort and Golf Resort. The announcement comes just 3 days after ROWLEY disclosed his intention to step down as Prime Minister.
As you would know, once a vacancy arises with respect to the appointment of a Prime Minister, it falls to the President to respond to that by making an appointment of the person who, in the President's view, commands the majority in the House. And those provisions exist in Section 76 of the Constitution. So we, as a caucus of the PNM in the House, we discussed at length And we, in the end, came up with a situation where the entire PNM caucus is in support of Member of Parliament Stuart Young, Member of Parliament for Port of Spain North St. Dan's East, St. Dan's West, St. Dan's, Port of Spain North St. Dan's West. And we are very pleased to announce that the promise of a smooth transition is going according to plan. The PNM is a very stable and democratic organization. In this case, the president would be guided by the expectation of the caucus, and there would be no discrepancy between what the president thinks as against what others may think as to who has the support of the majority in the House.
Young, who turns 50 next month, has served in various ministerial positions over the past decade. He expressed gratitude to his parliamentary colleagues on Facebook and thanked ROWLEY for his, and I quote, continued and exemplary leadership in guiding through this historic process. The Pan American Health Organization has recently launched an interactive dashboard to monitor avian influenza A cases throughout the Americas and Caribbean, providing real-time data for regional health authorities. The new platform tracks outbreaks in birds, mammals, and humans, incorporating data from the World Organization for Animal Health. Between January and December of 2024, the dashboard has recorded 67 human cases, 66 in the United States, and 1 in Canada, along with more than 1,300 animal outbreaks across the Caribbean region. They said, and I quote, as concerns grow over the spread of this disease, the availability of accurate real-time information is crucial for authorities to prepare, prevent new outbreaks, and protect the public and animal health in the region. PAHO officials said. Now, the dashboard includes details and information about the patient's symptoms and outbreak patterns designed to help authorities make swift, informed decisions during potential outbreaks. Now, while PAHO classified the risk of avian influenza as moderate in a December 2023 assessment, no human-to-human transmission has been identified to date. PAHO has also released a timeline tracking avian influenza events within the Americas from 2020 throughout December of 2024, emphasizing, of course, the importance of regional collaboration in monitoring and controlling this disease. The organization stressed that the new platform strengthens active surveillance efforts to prevent potential transmission to humans across the Americas as well as the Caribbean region. Congress formally certified Donald Trump's presidential election victory on Monday, exactly 4 years after his supporters violently stormed the U.S. Capitol in an attempt to block certification of his defeat. Vice President Kamala Harris, who lost to Trump in 2024 election, presided over the peaceful ceremony as constitutionally required, receiving a standing ovation from Democrats when she read her own electoral vote tally. Heavy scrutiny surrounded the Capitol as lawmakers gathered with President Joe Biden, vowing to prevent any repeat of 2021 violence that delayed the previous certification for hours. Trump celebrated on Truth Social, writing, and I quote, Congress certifies our great election victory today, a big moment in history, he said. The proceedings maintained a striking normalcy compared to 4 years ago. Harris maintained a somber expression as she oversaw state-by-state readings of electoral results before declaring their authenticity. Vice President-elect J.D. Vance attended alongside Senator Bill Cassidy, one of a few remaining Republican senators who voted to convict Trump in his impeachment trial following the 2021 riot. Viewers, that is it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for your daily news updates at Tweet4Media and Tweet4BVI on Instagram and Twitter. Of course, for those on WhatsApp, follow us for our WhatsApp channel for daily updates. I'm Ron Grant. Do have a safe and enjoyable evening. A happy Tuesday's wish to each and every one of you. Have a pleasant evening. Goodbye.